If you are enjoying this podcast and other podcasts on the Dragon Wagon Radio Network, be sure to check out the Dragon Wagon Shop. Awesome t-shirts and mugs from your favorite shows so you can tout your podcast pride, all while supporting your favorite indie podcast network. And make sure to check it often for new items and limited time designs. So shop now at dragonwagonshop.com and get your dragon swag on.
To this mythology, Paul's a connoisseur. Sarah has an interest, but it's all Greek to her. From Cronus's kids' weird childhood to what's going down in Hades' hood. These fables are bizarre but good. It's myth understood.
It's myth understood in the neighborhood.
It's weird because you guys can't see this right now, but Sarah is doing this in a little like dance recital outfit, like via like baby pageants.
Oh, I made myself in a windbreaker,
but thanks for listening to another episode of Myth Understood with me, Paul Bianchi, and her, Sarah Oliver.
Yup.
And boy, we have a guest today that I've been really excited to have on for quite some time.
We've been on his dick about it.
We really have been. He's a dear friend of mine. He and I do improv together. He is an actor. He is an improviser. He is the host of a podcast called My Fave.
Yes.
And it's here.
You just remembered.
It is,
Oh, yeah. I do that.
it is Ken Brown.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey.
I'm so happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you, you little ball of joy.
Oh, my God. I feel like this is like such a Seattle vibe. Like, I'm either in Seattle, Washington. I love it. I love it here.
I'm drinking coffee. Is that what you
Yeah, well, that too, right? And we're on the couch.
It's this brand called Starbucks.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be raining outside.
Oh, God, I do too.
Now, did I appropriately introduce your podcast? Is it My Fave or My Faves?
It's My Fave. You did. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
My Fave.
Tell us about My Fave.
My Fave is a podcast that I do with my friend Marcellus. And each episode, we talk about our favorite movies and favorite television. So every episode's a different genre. So we'll say my fave tearjerker, or we'll say my fave horror film, my fave sci-fi. And I'm the movie guy, and Marcellus is the TV guy. And it's just two friends having a casual conversation. We're not like going into like real depth, trying to like unpack the theme of the movie sometimes. It's
But
just
why do I like it?
But why do I mean,
What
it's
is it
just,
saying?
Right, what is it saying to me? It's just fun for us to have a conversation. And so we hope people would tune in because they too can share with us what their faves are. Maybe we'll have like something in common and stuff. But it's really a labor of love.
One thing that people have commented on when they listen to this podcast is that they will say, hey, you and Sarah seem like you're actually really friends and not that you're putting this on. And I think that's something that people do enjoy listening to is two people who have nice energy with each other. And you and Marcellus certainly have that.
Absolutely. We've been friends for 2 years. And so there's like this chemistry there where we're just laughing and just there's like this little bit of a rivalry that's happening between us. But it's all in love. So I hope that was people would listen to as well.
Now, given that you do have something that is one of your faves, and I know this about you, you had a birthday a while ago, and we had all intended to go out.
Oh my
but
God!
there was a calamity with your brother and some sort of an accident.
Yes, he was in a motorcycle accident on the day of my birthday, like the eve of my birthday.
Yeah,
and so we all were gonna go out, and he called me, and he was like, "Ken, I was in an accident." I was like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. So someone cut him off on the freeway as he was trying to exit to come home.
Well,
And
I got this for you
What
that
did you
night,
get for me, Paul?
and I wasn't able
Mine.
to. Oh, Sarah
intercepted it. This is my life all over again as a person who's 5'2". I'm used to people intercepting me. Oh God, what is this? What is this?
What is that?
Oh my God, he got me Wakanda forever, y'all. Yes. I'm so excited.
He bought land on Wakanda.
He bought me a parcel of real estate in Wakanda on the north side.
I did. That's where like the people with the lip discs live.
Yes, with my people. Paul, thank you.
Of course.
You're so sweet and so kind and so nice.
I saw it at there's a little shop in what is it called? The Tokyo Arts District.
It's called a Target?
A Target. No, it was at it's a shop in the Tokyo Arts District that specializes in nerd stuff. Yeah, and I was like, okay, I think if
you got it.
I haven't specifically
why don't
seen.
Put that on, you fucking nerd.
You know what? I will put it on, and I am a fucking nerd.
Yeah, us too.
Thank you so much for telling me this. I'm just gonna put this on right, just like this.
Yeah, he is. Oh, there he
Oh, wait.
goes.
Hold on, I was gonna do it over my headphones. Hold on.
All right, there it goes.
Okay,
Whoop.
it's a t-shirt. He's taking his pants off.
Wow. Oh,
This is
now you
very-
you look really Seattle now if you leave it like that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's an ascot.
It's my
Wakanda forever
cotton
ascot.
Yes. Y'all need to see I'm living my best life.
Well, Art, isn't this the best thing to do on a podcast?
It really is. Boy, you can really
Y'all
see
can
this.
see. Are we making this visual
Yeah.
for y'all as you're driving?
There's one thing that I tend to ask
Oh, I
everyone
like
who
this.
comes onto the podcast, which is do you recall in your life, like in school, a unit on Greek mythology, or even just a moment in your life where you're like, I'm gonna learn about this?
We had an amazing 5th grade teacher who started and introduced us to Greek mythology. So there was a book. Oh my God, I meant to bring my book. Oh, I'm so mad. Let me go home. Y'all stop. I'll be right back.
Again,
I'm gonna go get my book.
Luckily, you live so
we
close.
can lie. We can lie to the listeners because
Right.
it is.
It's all made
radio.
up. It's all radio. Greek mythology was introduced to me in the 5th grade during our English class. And it was like a segment where we talked about Zeus and we talked about Aphrodite and we talked about Hera and everyone, kind of like the
All
family.
those hoes.
All them hoes.
Mm-hmm.
It was really awesome. I loved it because for me, it just kind of fed into my imagination, right?
Yeah.
And this whole other world that existed. And I thought it was really creative and how these cultures came up with this is why the sun is here and this is why the moon is here and this is why this lake was formed. And so I loved it.
Yeah,
Love it.
that one specific lake.
That one.
Of course,
I was for him.
and of course they're talking about Titicaca.
Lake
'Cause,
Titicaca.
well, today we're going to talk about the work of and a specific person that we have brought up before,
Okay.
but we haven't really delved into who he is and
Homer,
No, we're talking about someone else. Any other guesses?
Plato,
No.
Aristotle.
No.
You said a work of someone, not
Yeah.
necessarily a character from any of a work of someone.
Yeah.
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus. We were talking about a flower today. Today we're talking about Aesop.
Oh, goddamn it!
okay.
Fucking fable shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aesop's fable.
Yeah, and a lot of people.
Wait, is it Aesop or Aesop?
I recently learned that it's pronounced Aesop, but I always said Aesop because it starts with an A.
That's what. Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
But Aesop, we've brought up his fables before because sometimes we'll be talking about Athena, and there will be a fable that is directly correlated to Athena and what she did, and but we haven't really discussed who specifically he is, and a lot of people forget that Aesop's fables are a part of Greek mythology, especially when you think about his most famous one, like the Tortoise and the Hare, which doesn't really feel like a Greek
Right.
myth. when you
Sure,
think about it.
if Athena came up behind two people and were like, "Now you race," pong pong.
And just change the.
Yeah.
Can I say you smell good? What are you wearing? There's a perfume that you're wearing.
Yes, I wear something like Hypnosis Lancome. and
It's
also deodorant.
Really, and listen, Suave and all of it is beautiful. I just want to say, I'm sitting on the couch with Sarah, and
Thank
there's
you.
just beautiful fragrance just wafted past my nose.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that
And
because
I
it
was
could
like-
it could go the other direction.
You are winning today, girl.
Yeah. Oh.
It's beautiful, and I wish we had smell-o-vision.
Yeah, I feel like we were talking about visual things, and now we're talking about smelling, like other things that just
We
don't
didn't go all
translate
5
on a
senses
podcast.
before we're done.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about how this touch thing feels.
The
Oh yeah,
ceramic
talk about how your tea tastes.
Mm.
So let's begin with Aesop. Who was Aesop? And I had to learn this too because I've known his fables, but I don't know who he is as a person.
I'm like attracted to him right now because he's so mysterious.
He is.
Me too.
He's certainly a bad boy. Aesop is thought to have been born in 620 BCE.
Whoa.
And he's traditionally known as a fabulist.
A fabulous?
Yeah, it's a new word that I learned, and I feel like you can only say it like that.
yeah.
A fabulous.
A fabulist is defined as either a person who composes or relates fables. So you'd think it'd be pronounced fabulist,
Right.
but it is not. It is fabulist. And or they are. It's another way of describing someone who is a liar, specifically a person who invents elaborate or dishonest
Ooh, I have a new
stories.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a cousin
wow.
that's a fabulous.
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 So it's just someone who's either tells really colorful, lovely stories that have a moral to it, or someone just full of shit.
Exactly. They are both of these people. It's sort of like the classically the fisherman who says like, I caught a fish and it was this big, and Mhm.
I had to break up with
Again,
somebody.
a visual aid.
or
right.
yeah, or a president who talks about a certain number of jobs and then keeps increasing the number of jobs
The
that are
number of
actually
jobs,
being
right.
affected.
He's not fabulous.
No.
No.
He crazy.
Aesop was a storyteller credited with a number of fables, now collectively known as, of course, Aesop's fables.
Okay.
Very creative.
The scarce and disputed details of Aesop's life can be found in ancient sources like Aristotle, one of your guesses, Herodotus, and Plutarch. There is Plutarch. There is also
Star
an
Trek
ancient
name.
Right.
there's also an ancient literary work called the Aesop Romance that tells his tale in an episodic, but probably highly fictional version of his life.
Okay.
Oh, like Shakespeare in Love.
It describes him as a strikingly ugly slave
Fuck.
on the Isle of
He was
Samos.
Oh.
Aesop.
Uh,
But he starts off ugly and then he gets like a makeover and he's good looking.
well, let's we'll dissect why he might have been described as ugly in a second.
Interesting.
Because he at first the story goes Aesop lacks the power of speech, but after showing kindness to a priestess of Isis, he is granted by the goddess not only speech but a gift of clever storytelling. And he uses this to alternatively assist and confound his master Xanthus. He embarrasses the philosopher in front of his students many times, and he even sleeps with his wife.
Oh.
Okay.
He got a lot of confidence.
This is weird though, a fable about
A fable about a
fabulist.
fabulist.
Yeah.
this is strange.
He then uses his cleverness. Well, remember he was born in 620 BC, so these stories about
This is the
actual
only way
people
they could
get
do it, yeah.
sensationalized.
Yeah.
Right.
He then uses his cleverness to acquire his freedom and becomes an advisor to kings and city states. So here's where if I'm going to dissect maybe the inherent racism of just calling him ugly in the story. Like he's a slave, and
Where's he from?
this is so no one knows exactly where he's from, but the name Aesop is a variant of Aesop, which is a reference to Ethiopia in ancient Greek.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. All right.
And the trickster nature of some of his stories, where humans are regularly outwitted by clever animal figures, and have led scholars to speculate that Aesop may have been from Africa.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that that's intertwined with Greek mythology for so long.
Right,
That's really
right.
neat.
Okay. I'm about to come on here with some knowledge. All right, Paul.
Yeah,
It's going on
good.
my Black History February. I'm about to add him to my Black History cast of people. Aesop. Did y'all know Aesop was black? Nobody knew that, huh? But when I went on the show, I found out the brother was a brother.
Well, we will send you this clip.
Thank you.
I like to imagine that.
Soundbite.
I like to imagine that you have like an advent calendar in February with like different historical
Every
figures.
day is Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman.
Oh, I wish every month had an advent calendar.
Yes.
Just a little piece of chocolate every
Yes.
day.
So this idea was discussed in an essay from a 1932 critic named J.H. Dryburgh. I don't know anything about him.
Dryburgh?
Yeah.
All right.
And in his essay, he discusses that there are two tales from Aesop in which a man tries to come to the aid of a serpent, and Dryburgh notices that such acts mirror habitual kindness shown to snakes by many northern African tribes, because snakes are repositories for souls of their ancestors and they are cherished. And if
Interesting.
If you remember on earlier episodes of this podcast, Sarah, that we've talked about how snakes were so feared in Greece and mainland Greece, and so they
Why?
were awesome.
Well, yeah, they're still fucking weird.
Well, just because there are many poisonous varieties
Yeah.
of
Right,
snakes,
right.
and so children who were working in farms were often getting bitten by them and
then
dying.
they die, right?
Yeah, and so the Greeks themselves did not revere snakes. They feared them, they respected and feared them, but they were villains.
Right.
Whereas these northern African tribes that didn't have as many venomous varieties were like, oh,
They're cool.
they're cool. We like
These
these
are
snakes.
okay. These are good
Yeah.
snakes.
So that's another piece of evidence that's like, oh, Aesop, whoever he was, even if he didn't come from Africa, probably came from a place that had a different relationship
they're
with
pretty
snakes.
chill when it came to snakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were relaxed.
Yeah. His myths feature a lot of varieties of anthropomorphism, or animals with human capabilities, and their common thread, the most famous, of course, being I mentioned earlier, the tortoise and the hare, and we know how that goes. Who does one of
Slow
you?
and steady wins the race.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Don't
Uh,
always put your money on the rabbit.
don't always put your money.
That's the
that-
more famous expression.
But particularly the allegory that is told here is that the arrogant hare is so confident that he rests and falls asleep halfway. The wiser tortoise plods past and wins. And this power relationship is a common thread to a lot of his stories of the weak using cunning to overcome unfavorable odds.
Mhm.
Right.
Which also goes with his slave past when you
Right.
think about like overcoming his masters with
Right.
cunning. Aesop's fables were passed down through oral tradition, and the first written compilation of Aesop's tales came from Demetrius of Phaleron around 320 BCE, and it was called the Assemblies of Aesopic Tales. So, without further ado, I have chosen 8 tales today.
Ooh.
Gimme.
Okay. Let's do this.
I feel like I can grasp these fables better than any of the Greek
Then the Greek,
stories
the
because there's a clear
message,
point.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Greek stories, just like, and it's like the Arrested Development guy whose arm always falls off. He's like, and that's why you leave a note, but it makes no sense.
Exactly. Well, let's dissect these then. The first
Okay.
one that I pulled up is called The Fox and the Grapes. Are you guys familiar with The Fox and the
Fox
Grapes?
and the grapes.
No, I'm not.
Well, I know
familiar
you
with
can't
this
give
one.
grapes to a dog.
Yeah, it's
What happens if you give grapes to a dog?
Oh, they can't digest it.
I had no idea.
Stop it. Don't
No way.
give them grapes.
Wow.
I think it's the coating.
Okay, the grape skin.
And that's the moral to this story.
that is done. Moving on to the next one. So there once was a fox who was walking through a field very hungry when he came upon a beautiful bunch of ripe grapes
Don't do it.
hanging from a vine
Mm,
trained
mm,
along the
mm.
branches of a tree. The
Mm-mm.
grapes seemed ready to burst with juice,
Mhm.
and the fox's mouth watered as he gazed longingly at
Oh,
them.
you're a carnivore.
Yeah.
Move on.
Are they though? Do foxes solely eat meat? This is another discussion for what are animals?
Oh.
Right.
Oh, they're coming at us on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh, they're omnivores.
The bunch hung from a high branch, and so the fox had to jump for it. The first time he jumped, he missed by a long way, so he walked off a short distance, took a running leap at it, only to fall short once more. Again and again he tried, but could never reach the grapes.
Mm.
So now he sat down and he looked at the grapes in disgust, and he's like, I don't know why I'm wearing myself out. Those grapes look sour anyway.
They are. Keep moving.
Don't do it.
So what's the moral of this brief fable?
Oh, that's it?
That's
that's
it?
it?
Oh wow.
Yeah. These are all pretty short.
Okay.
Carnivores don't eat grapes. That's the moral.
You don't get upset because you can't get something your way.
That's pretty good.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
The
Yeah, before we started recording, Paul told any fable he gets right, he's going to throw a dart at him.
right
He's
there.
very worried.
I'm
Wait,
very
anyone that he gets
upset.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I was like, uh-oh. There's a dart coming my way.
But they're right. The moral of this fable is there are many who pretend to despise and belittle that which is beyond their reach.
Oh, see.
Yeah. What's that face, Sarah?
Uh-oh, Sarah got a face. She has a face right now.
Why the sour grapes, Sarah?
Oh.
I like what you did there,
I
Paul.
mean, it's not sentient.
Mm-hmm. What? The grapes?
Grapes.
But the grapes
I get mad at inanimate objects all the time.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it makes me a bad person.
Well, the grapes are what you can't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
You're mad at what you can't have.
Well, I sure am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay
You
down
wanted
on this
it,
couch.
but the minute you couldn't get it, now it's that person's fault.
It's like if you saw a friend that is more well off wearing like a beautiful dress that you would like love to have yourself, but you see them
my
in
boobs
it.
are too big.
And another dimension, but sure. But yeah, that's it. It would be like you tearing her down for wearing this beautiful dress that you
I
just
tear
can't
a
afford.
dress too. 'Cause
Yeah.
my boobs are too big.
I forgot this is our sister podcast about Sarah's breast.
My titty too big.
Lake
with
titty
Paul,
caca.
with Paul and Ken.
Hey y'all.
So let's that fable is about the origin of the phrase sour grapes as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 It's like sour anyway.
Do you guys know anyone who uses sour grapes on the regular?
No.
Yeah, old people.
Yeah.
That's true. It probably, yeah. But I don't even know people. My old people, like I have a collection of old people.
I've seen them.
My old people don't say that.
In the cages.
In the cages. Shut up in there, old people. You won't get your metamilso tonight. And I don't know anybody in my family or friend zone who uses sour grapes.
I forgot you had so many people that you keep in your friend zone.
I do.
Friend zone.
Yo, you're gonna learn more and more about me.
I'm not fucking you, Gladys.
You know what zone you in. Don't act surprised.
I don't like you like that. Fine, you probably have sour grapes anyway.
The next tale is even shorter. Ready?
Oh,
Okay.
uh-oh.
All right.
It is called The Gnat and the Bull.
The gnat and the bull.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, I think I might have heard this one, but say it.
Okay,
Sure.
so
Like he wasn't gonna say it.
Ken started moving on.
a gnat was flying across the meadow.
Mhm.
Annette Benning.
Let's name the gnat Annette.
I love it. Annette the gnat.
Annette the gnat. She was buzzing around so much for a small creature, and she was just out of breath from all the buzzing around that she was doing that day.
Annette.
And so she was worried because she didn't want to disturb any other creature. She's like one of those people. I was like, I don't want to be a bother.
She was buzzing,
Mhm.
but now she's worried because she's out of breath.
Well, she's out of breath, and she wanted to rest somewhere, but she didn't want to rest in such a way that it disturbed anyone.
Mm.
And so she was halfway across the field, and she's like, I have to sit down. It's been a day.
Mhm.
And she stops, and she lands on the tip of one of the horns of a bull.
Okay.
And she's there worrying for a bit, like, I hope I'm not disturbing this bull, but I just need to catch my breath. And as soon as she catches her breath, she says to the bull, "Hey, I'm so sorry that I've been resting on your horn this whole time. I must have been such a bother to you." And the bull's like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were there."
Ooh.
So what's the moral of the story? Both of these. If I could bottle your expressions, because it's just like, oh, that's the end.
Annette the gnat.
Annette the gnat
Okay.
Mine.
and Cole the bull.
I like
Cole
that.
the bull.
Cole the bull. Okay.
Stop having social anxiety about everything because no one gives a shit about your shit. Is the moral
Mm-hmm.
of the story?
Don't. Stop worrying over stuff that no one is even concerned about. Like you're the only one concerned about it.
You know, those are both way more positive than the actual moral that is given with this,
God.
which is
No one can sense when you're nearby. No one feels your pain.
They don't exist.
the moral is supposed to be you're less important to other people than you are to yourself.
Oh shit!
That's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
moral.
really good.
That's
Because we
good.
do walk around with this super sense of self-importance.
Oh, yeah, I have friends that are like, "Oh, I'm sorry for existing all the time." And I'm like, "I'm glad you exist."
Right.
It's also a female thing, and a gnat is a net. So.
Annette the Gnat, huh?
Annette the Gnat.
It's a very female thing. Sorry.
So appropriately named then, as
Mhm.
opposed to being a male gnat.
Yeah. Oh no, he
'Cause
would
the-
never apologize.
The male gnat would have man spread across
Yeah.
the horns.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Move over. Let me sit on your
He would
horn.
have landed in his eyeball.
Right.
Let's retell the tale, please, with this guy who's move over. Who's
Oh,
like,
yeah. This is. Hey, I gotta land somewhere. All right. Hey, I'm gonna land on your head. Don't move.
No, I'm chewing hay over here.
You listen. I've been buzzing around for a long time. I just need to rest. You just need to chill. All right. I'm out here being a gnat.
I mean, I guess I can barely feel you anyway.
That's right. What? Wait, you can barely feel me.
You lightweight, and then they fight.
Right. Now the gnat's upset.
Yeah.
The gnat has a gun.
Look out! Did y'all hear what was going on the other side of the field? There's like a lot of commotion. Yeah, girl, I heard it was a gnat.
Well, I'm about to tell you what's going on the other side of the field.
Oh,
Ooh.
Jesus.
Because this next one's called The Oak and the Reeds.
Okay.
Okay.
It's about to get.
So a giant oak stood near a brook in which grew some slender reeds.
Okay, so we've got a tree, we got some water, and we have
Reeds.
some little things.
Okay.
When suddenly Zephyrus, do you remember Zephyrus?
Never.
The west wind,
Oh yeah, that guy.
he started blowing,
Okay.
Rude.
just blowing gently across the field. And all of the reeds,
Ugh, I don't like that.
you don't like it?
You don't like
No.
when the wind
I'm
blows?
just no, I don't like when people like blow on me.
Oh, that is weird though.
Like,
That's weird. That's weird.
Mhm.
ugh.
So
Hot breath.
So the wind was blowing, and Sarah hated it.
Ugh.
And the
Stop.
great oak stood proudly upright with its hundreds of branches lifting upward to the sky.
Okay.
But the reeds bowed down low in the wind and sang a sad and mournful song. Let's hear what that sad and mournful song is, Sarah.
Sorry for existing. You don't even read me.
And me,
I love it.
the oak sang a song of pride. Let's hear that, Ken.
I am the oak. I exist. I'm here to give shade. I'm important. And I'm tall and wide.
Wonderful.
His
Uh,
face was so serious.
I'm committed to this oak. What's my motivation as the oak?
Well, I'm about to give it to you because the oak says here to the reeds, you have reason to complain. The slightest breeze that ruffles the surface of water makes you bow your heads, while I, the mighty oak, stand upright and firm before the howling tempest.
Ooh, so the oak was arrogant.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then the reeds say, do not worry about us. The winds do not harm us. We bow before them so that we do not break. You, in all your pride and strength, have so far resisted their blows. But the end is coming.
Oh, God.
The end is coming. And they hold up like signs of like apocalypse.
Right.
Like they're those people. They have loudspeakers.
John 3:16.
Yeah. So as just as the reeds finished their sentence, a great hurricane was rushed from the south, blown by Notus, the mighty wind of the south.
Mm-hmm.
The oak stood proudly and fought against the storm, while the yielding reeds bowed low. Notus redoubled his fury, and all at once the great tree was felled, torn up by its roots, and it lay among the pitying reeds that are just all like, "Yay, you're with us now."
Wow.
So what's the moral of this story?
Pride cometh before the fall.
Ooh.
I guess be a submissive little bitch or you'll die just for being you.
It is better to yield when it is folly to resist
I don't
than
like
to
that.
resist stubbornly and be destroyed.
That's
Ooh.
that's my
So wait, I
antithesis,
can't
this
resist
fable.
at all.
It's-
According to this.
It's like if
The fable is shut up and take it.
yeah,
Uh-uh.
that's basically
No.
the
That's not cool.
I reject thee.
you reject that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't want to just sit there and take it.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes it is like it's okay to I'm a huge proponent of picking your battles.
Yeah, pick your battle.
Yeah.
And like so sometimes when like someone's coming at you like
Mhm.
an overwhelming shitstorm of anger and
Mhm.
you're just like, okay, well I'm just gonna duck out right now
right.
because I'm not going to put up with them right now.
Right.
And then maybe once they've cooled their head, then I'll have the conversation with them later. But like right now, there's no getting through to them even.
You know who I relate to?
Who?
I'm the brook.
You're the brook. You're just minding your own business, getting rippled.
Blow me away, because I'm going to fill right back up.
Ooh, message. Sarah will be preaching at the New Antioch Baptist Church later this Friday.
New Annie Oakley Baptist Church.
Yeah, she's got a gun. The next one is called The Ass Carrying the Idol.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The Ass Carrying the Idol.
The ass carrying the idol.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Sarah's going to spit her coffee out.
Yep, I shouldn't have heard that with a drink in my mouth.
So one day, a sacred idol was being carried to the temple of Apollo.
Oh, fuck. We're fucked. This guy's a psychopath.
Okay.
It was mounted on an ass, adorned with garlands and gorgeous trappings, and a grand procession of priests and pages followed it through the streets.
Wait, so a little donkey has to carry some big statue on his back?
A little statue.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a feeling you're not going to like this one.
oh, fuck.
Okay.
As the ass walked along, the people bowed their heads reverently and fell to their knees. And the ass thought the honor was being paid to himself.
Oh my God, Apollo's gonna kill him. He's gonna eat him.
With his head full of this foolish idea, he became so puffed up with pride and vanity that he halted and started to bray loudly.
Oh.
In the midst of his song, his driver guessed that the ass must have gotten to his head, which is something someone would never think. No one would ever be like, my donkey's full of pride right now. Why else would it have stopped and started braying?
Right.
So he's
getting a lot of attention. He's having a moment.
So he says, "Go along with you stupid ass. The honor is not meant for you, but for the image that you are carrying on your back." And then he takes out his beaten stick and he beats the ass.
Oh, wow.
That's the end?
That's the end of that.
Oh!
Wow.
This is the worst thing you've ever made me hear.
Myth. So what's the moral, Sarah?
Uh-oh.
That we PETA.
that we are PETA.
We are PETA. Oh, shoot.
What did you get out of it, Ken?
That is like, because he thought everyone was cheering for him. He
Yeah.
was used to carrying
Oh,
stuff all the time, but this is different. People are literally lined up and are cheering, and
Yeah, it's
You
a lot
know?
to take in for a donkey.
when you get a new set of circumstances like that, it's like, oh my God.
No, I hate this one too.
The moral is supposed to be, don't make an ass out of yourself.
Don't.
Oh.
Good job, Aesop.
Don't take credit to yourself that is due to others.
Okay.
What's do?
I get the moral, but the story. What happens when you get the moral, but you don't like the story?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the message
It's
at
great.
the root of it.
Yeah.
It's
Fine.
yeah.
Do you want to hear another story about this ass then?
Is the same ass later?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. Let's
Oh,
hear it.
redemption tale.
Yeah.
So this fable is called "The Miller, His Son, and His Ass."
Okay.
Okay.
You love it.
And so
means-
let's pretend it's the same ass. This ass gets older.
Okay.
The man who was beating it dies in a fatal accident, and
yeah.
so the
Okay.
the ass gets new owners and new owners that care for it
Okay.
sweetly.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it is
Russian.
the Miller, and
Mr. Miller.
but the Miller fell on hard times and felt the need to sell his ass.
Oh.
Paul loves this.
So one day, an old miller and his son were on their way to the market with their ass that they hoped to sell.
Mhm.
And they drove him very slowly because they thought they would have a better chance to sell him if he looked like he was in good condition.
Mhm.
And as they walked along the highway, some travelers laughed very, very loudly at them. And they're like, "What foolishness to walk when they might as well ride. The most stupid of the three is not the one you would expect it to be." So,
The little boy.
Wow.
no, they're talking about
Yeah, I know.
yeah. So, they hear this.
Mhm.
What's be the old miller? What's the response here?
Be Little Miller.
The old miller, yeah.
What's the problem? Wait. What's the problem here? I don't understand.
You are so fucking stupid. You're walking
Yeah.
on the highway and it bothers me.
you have a beast of burden right there, and it could carry you. It could carry your weight.
And your little boy.
Why? I want the beast to be very healthy for market. I want to make sure the beast is nice and.
You're an
You
idiot.
dumb bitch.
Wait a minute! I just want to laugh at these horrible people.
So the miller.
And I noticed how this guy changed accents. First he was like from Detroit, and then he switched, and it was from London real quick.
That was basically Paul in the UK.
So the miller did not like to be laughed at. So he told his son, "Hey,
He's got a gun. I'm sorry.
This is the third time a gun's going.
Right.
Get the gun.
he told his son to climb up onto the ass and ride it."
Okay.
So when they got farther along the road, 3 merchants passed by, and one of them's like, "Oh no, what do we have here? Respect old age, young man. Get down. Let the old man ride instead."
Oh my God! I see what's happening here.
But-
Yeah.
But my daddy doesn't want my little legs to walk all the way to market.
No respect, and they boot him off.
Horrible young lad.
I'm bleeding.
So, though the miller was not tired, he made his boy get down and climbed onto himself to ride, just to please the merchants.
My bone's sticking out of my leg, father.
Walk, we don't want to be laughed at.
We've got to settle this ass.
I'm sorry.
At the next turnstile, they overtook some women carrying market baskets loaded with
They
vegetables.
overtook them.
It's this is sort of old English. They walked by some women carrying market baskets loaded with vegetables and other things to sell, and one of them's like, "Look at the old fool perched on his ass while his poor boy has to walk." And so the miller was a bit vexed. So he was like, "Here, just son, climb up with me so that we're both riding this donkey."
Oh, I appreciate it.
Climb up here, laddie.
So they're both
I've
riding.
lost so much blood.
Keep going.
We're almost to market.
So no sooner they started to off again when
Can we go to hospital?
a child says, "What a crime! Loaded up that poor dumb beast like that. You know, it can barely support their weight. They should be carrying the creature, not the other way around."
Oh, fuck you. Martin, I know it's you from school.
Yes.
So the miller and his son quickly scrambled down, and a short time later, the marketplace is thrown into an uproar because the two come along carrying the donkey slung from a pole instead, so that like the pole is so that the donkey is not
Like it's a donkey popsicle?
like
They put a pole through him?
no, they
got
have
him hang him like with
hanging.
his hoofs
Yeah.
tied up at the pole. Have you seen that visual where it's like 2 people and now it's probably hanging like that, where it's 2 legs that are tied?
yeah, so that it's
Oh.
not walking at all anymore,
that's
and they're
gonna
just carrying
He
it.
hurt. That hurts.
Yeah, and so the ass doesn't like being carried.
No.
And then all the people in the marketplace are like laughing and shouting at him, and he begins to like kick and bray while he's in this position. Then just as they're crossing a bridge, the ropes that were holding the donkey
No.
give way.
Why do you
and-
think I like this?
And the donkey and the boy both fall off the bridge to their death.
Oh my God! Why did you say I like this?
Oh, damn.
And so the miller is sad and alone. So what's the moral of this story?
Oh my God! How many more of these
Ooh.
are there?
Okay. I know this one.
Oh man, this is rough.
This is stop changing for everybody. Just be yourself.
Yeah, it's tread your own path
Yeah.
because the road to death.
It's gonna be
If you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
You kept changing the script every time somebody walked by and said something.
Yeah, sometimes just do you. It would have been
That's it.
fine.
Live your best life.
Yeah. So there are 3 more.
Let's do it. We got this.
Yeah.
We got this. Breathe here.
I need to squirt some cold water over my head.
All right, you will after this one. This
Jesus.
one's called "The Man and His Two Sweethearts."
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Uh-oh.
So there once was a middle-aged man. He doesn't have a name in this. What's his name?
His name is
Fucking Steve.
Fucking Steve.
fucking Steve.
So fucking Steve was middle-aged and his hair had started to turn gray.
Oh,
Mhm.
and then he's like, you know what I should do? I should get 2 girlfriends.
Yes, and he was courting 2 women at the same time.
trying to
Oh, it's
relive
probably
his-
not age appropriate either.
One of them was young.
Mm.
The other one was well advanced in her years.
Oh, who's he going to pick?
So, so the elder woman was ashamed to be courted by a man younger than herself.
Mm.
And so whenever her admirer visited her, he would pull out a portion of his black hairs.
I don't know if it's
Wow.
shame for his age that she's feeling. I
She-
think it's discomfort of his condition. That's what is it called? Alopecia? No, when you pull out your own hair.
Wait, no,
Wait.
she's pulling out his.
Oh,
his,
Wait, she's pulling out his hair?
yeah, she's pulling out his black hairs, like when they're like in bed with each other afterwards doing pillow talk, and she's all like,
dang.
picking his
'Cause
black
she
hairs.
wants him to be more old.
yeah, so that people don't
No,
shame
realize
her.
how-
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then when
Lay your
he,
head on my pillow, baby. Let me.
Yeah. Oh, you want a massage? Oh.
how come my scalp always hurts after we hang out?
Because you don't think when you're with that younger girl. I make you think.
Oh, okay.
Your
Also-
brain's working overtime because I'm older.
I also just realized that the voice I just chose for him was nearly an Ashton Kutcher impression. How come my brain always hurts? So when he visited the younger woman, on the contrary, she would.
She's going to town on his balls.
She's she would just she licked.
Uh-oh.
No, she
Yeah.
she would pick out his gray hairs every
Oh.
time they were together, and she was doing pillow talk to him like, oh, let me just, you have the nicest head of
Right.
hair, just
Right.
let me
This
take
is a
this out."
story about people or monkeys.
People.
'Cause I don't know how often we just rip each other's hair out.
Well, because she wanted him to look younger. That was
Oh, that's the way you do it. You make him completely bald.
well, and so now you know what happened is that thus it came to pass that between them both, he soon found that he had not a hair left on his head. So what's the moral of this story?
Sarah.
It's a headache to try to date more than one person.
Right. It's I like that. It's like a bumper sticker. It's don't get ahead of yourself.
Oh,
Find someone that likes you for who you are.
it is. It's none of those. But I appreciate that both of you went for puns, as if
Right.
that's what Aesop was known for.
Yeah.
Right.
It was.
Be with age appropriate people.
Right.
It's sort of a condensed version of the last myth, which is like if you try to please two people simultaneously with
Mhm.
conflicting viewpoints, you're
Mhm.
gonna end up pleasing nobody. You have to make a choice.
Right. You can't.
That's what it literally says.
The shortened moral is those who seek to please everybody pleases nobody.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right, you ready for the monkey and the dolphin?
Oh, I've never heard of this one.
Why do I feel like I've heard this one?
Do you feel like you've heard the story of the monkey and the dolphin?
Or at least I
Or-
dreamed about it.
It's
This is gonna be
it's
good.
an unlikely animal friendship for sure.
Oh.
So once upon a time,
Oh, I like it.
there was a certain Greek ship bound for Athens that was wrecked off the coast close to Piraeus, the port of Athens.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins at this time, theoretically in society, were very, very friendly to humans. They had
Okay.
we had a
Hi.
close.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey. There.
Hi.
Hey. Hey. Going for a swim?
hey, I love my dolphin friends. So when there was this ship that wrecked off the coast, had it not been for the dolphins, they all the Athenians would have perished. But the dolphins took the shipwrecked people on their backs and swam them to shore.
Uh-huh.
It was also custom among the Greeks to take along their pet monkeys and dogs with them whenever they went on a voyage. So When one of the dolphins saw a monkey struggling in the water, he thought it was a man, and he made the monkey climb up onto his back, and then he swam with him towards the shore. The monkey sat up, grave and dignified, on the dolphin's back. The dolphin's like, "Hey, are you a citizen of illustrious Athens, sir man?"
What? Why? Yes, I am.
Oh,
Well, yes, I am. I'm just trying to get ashore.
excellent. Then you must often visit Piraeus.
Why, yes, I do.
And that's exactly what the monkey says. He says, indeed I do. But he's
lying.
He's lying.
He's lying.
Wait, I don't like this racist ass dolphin. Why can't he be a fucking monkey?
And the monkey says, indeed I do. I'm with him constantly. Piraeus is my very best friend. But Piraeus is the name of the port in Athens. And the answer takes the dolphin by surprise. Somehow the dolphin knows this. And turning his head, now sees what he's carrying, that he's got a monkey on his back.
Okay.
And so without more ado, he dives in and leaves the monkey to care for himself and swims off to search for a human to save.
Oh, this took a real good turn.
Yeah.
Shit.
And that's it?
That's it.
And this is the get your monkey off my back?
What is that? Is that a turn of phrase?
Isn't it?
Yeah, or I got this monkey on my back.
Yeah, a monkey on my back.
Like, it's
That's
almost
gotta
like
be
I've
from
heard
this.
people say that it with like drugs or something like that, like an addiction. Like, I got to get this monkey off my back.
I've never heard it like that.
You never heard it like that?
Joey, we're here for your intervention today because we love you and we've just got to get this monkey off your back.
I got no monkey on my back. I'm fine.
Porthos is my very best friend.
Yeah, Piraeus.
Wait, what was it?
Piraeus.
What was the port?
Piraeus.
Piraeus. Piraeus, my best friend.
Piraeus is my best friend.
The moral is supposed to be that once you tell one lie, you have to tell more in order to keep it up. So one falsehood will lead to another. So it's a dangerous path to tread.
Oh my God. So the monkey's the bad guy in this.
Yeah, the monkey's the liar.
Oh, I'm sorry. He still just wanted to live. He just wanted to not drown.
I mean, he should have just said, "Hey, I'm one of the Greeks that you love's pet monkeys. Will you please take me to shore because this Greek will miss me if I die."
If I perish.
Yeah.
This is. Oh, please end with a happy
so
fable.
Funny.
I'm gonna go home and cry with all these dead animals.
It didn't specify that he died.
Oh, it's dead. It's dead, Paul.
He gave him a snorkel before he left.
Oh.
That's funny though. I didn't see that one coming.
All right, so you ready for our celebrity appearance?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh God.
Okay.
Hercules and the Wagoner.
All
Piece of
right.
Shit.
So a farmer was driving his wagon along a miry country road after a heavy rain. The horses could hardly drag the load through the deep mud, and at last came to a standstill when one of the wheels sank to the hub in a rut. The farmer climbs down from his seat, looks beside the wagon, looking at it, but without making the least bit of effort to get it out of the rut. He just fuck.
Okay, I relate to the farmer.
He so he gets back into his wagon and hits the steering wheel. He curses his bad luck and he calls loudly
AAA.
up to the heavens like, "Oh, won't the mighty strong man of legend Hercules come down from Mount Olympus?" This is after he's dead. "Come down from Mount Olympus and aid me in this moment, my time of need. Oh, great Hercules, please come down."
Shut the fuck up. I'm here. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
And he's there, and he's probably accompanied by his wife at that time, with the cupbearing goddess Hebe.
It's
Hey.
my girl.
Hey, I'm here. I'm with
Hey,
Hercules.
shh. Hold my drink.
All
right, I'm gonna
baby.
pick this shit up because I'm strong.
All right, you could do it. You could do anything.
Just
You
hold the
strong.
cup,
Yes.
Hebby.
Yes.
Thank God you're here. I'm really happy that you're gonna move this wagon for me.
Yeah, I'm moving it.
He can do a lot of stuff. He real strong.
Oh my God, you have one job.
Yes, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
So it goes exactly like that, except for that Hercules decides not to help him. Hercules says,
Oh God, even a cunt in the afterlife.
he says, Put your shoulder to the wheel, man. Urge on your horses. Do you think you can move the wagon simply by looking at it and whining about it?
Jesus.
Hercules will not help you unless you make some effort to help yourself.
Oh.
And he disappears, leaving Hebby behind, just holding his cup.
Oh, that's my man.
He does this all the time, doesn't he?
He does this all the time. He gonna come back and get me.
So when the farmer puts his shoulder to the wheel and urges on the horses, the wagon moves very readily, and soon the farmer was riding along in great content with a lesson learned. And what is that lesson?
Oh.
Sometimes you just need someone who's more capable to come over and be a twat at you.
Right.
And then with blind rage hate, you can accomplish things. That's kind of how half of anything I get done happens. Someone's a giant twat to me, and I'm like, well, I'll show them.
Right. You move through life with
Fine.
rage.
Yeah.
I will not be outdone. I will get this thing out and on. What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Hercules isn't nice.
The moral is supposed to be self-help is the best help.
I mean, that's right.
Yeah.
You know what? It's just in how you say it, though. He was so condescending to
Yeah.
us.
Oh, sure.
Well, he's a piece of
I mean,
is he always condescending?
Yes.
well, especially after he died and went to Mount Olympus. Like, he's one of the only mortals who was elevated to live on Mount Olympus. So he thinks
He thinks he's the shit.
I mean, it was totally nepotism, though, because, like, Zeus was
Yeah.
his dad. So,
Yeah.
of course, he was going to.
He had somebody looking out for him the whole time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Privilege.
Yep. Hercules is the epitome of that. He was murdering people left and right.
Always getting off trial.
Yep.
So, according to myth, Aesop won such fame throughout Greece for his tales that he became the target of resentment and perhaps even a political witch hunt.
Really?
What?
How did you get involved
These are like children's stories. I just imagine this happening now.
He was accused of stealing a gold cup from the Temple of Delphi and supposedly was tossed from the cliffs at Delphi as punishment for this theft.
What?
He thought it was from the gift shop.
He was like, I thought this was complimentary. Like mints on the pillow.
Good Lord. So some children, fabulous, just got thrown off a cliff one day?
Think about
They were jealous of him.
right? Yeah, his tales were sort of like political cartoons before there were political cartoons. And
He's not really calling anyone out. He's like random farmer and son.
Like wisdom, like parables.
Yeah, but
Right.
a lot of his parables were tales of human folly and about abuses of power. It was inspired by that he lived during a period of tyrannical rule in Greece, and so like people like
it was like when you say like I don't want to date douchebags anymore, and some guy's just like, you talking about me?
exactly.
No,
Right.
So
Taking
rule
personal
in
offense to
general,
it.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, there was probably
like, why does that speak to you, buddy?
some lord at the time that was like, hey, that reminds me of the time that I didn't know how to sell my donkey.
Right. Somebody had some like post-traumatic stress
Yeah.
of when they carried their donkey into the marketplace.
Well, I'm
Oh.
sad that Aesop was flung from a cliff.
Yeah, that.
But I wouldn't know any other ending for someone involved in
Well,
these tales.
one of his fables that went on lived on after him was the story of the eagle and the beetle, in which there was a hare that was being preyed upon by an eagle, and it asked a beetle for protection from this eagle. Sorry, I think I said beetle and eagle. Beetle and eagle are similar words right now in my head.
Wait, an eagle was preying on a hare,
An eagle was preying on a hare.
and a hare asked a beetle for protection.
Yes.
You said that.
No, you said it right.
Okay, great.
You said it right.
So the small insect was like, sure. I mean, I don't know how I'm really gonna help you, but he's got a gun.
Fourth time.
Right.
So after the beetle though says like, sure, I'll protect you. The eagle comes after the hare and succeeds in killing the hare. And so the beetle feels really bad about this because he agreed to protect the hare. And
this is what all Liam Neeson movies are based on.
Exactly. The Neeson.
Beetle Neeson.
Taken 4.
And
You killed my hair.
so from then on, the beetle watched the eagle's nest and shook it when there were eggs inside,
Oh, this is dark.
which caused the eggs to fall to the ground.
Wow.
So worried about her inability to reproduce, the eagles asked
Oh my God, she's gonna
Zeus
kill herself.
for help because eagles were sacred to Zeus.
Okay.
And so Zeus agreed, like, you know what? I'll just hold those eggs in my lap
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be fine. The beetle learns of this and
There's
puts
a crawl up Zeus's asshole.
Something in my tongue.
and so the beetle, like a dung beetle, like rolls up like a ball of dirt
Yeah.
and adds it to the pile of eggs, so
he's
that
like,
when
okay.
Zeus picks up the eggs and is like, "It was that like dookie in my lap too," is startled and all the eggs fall out of his lap. So for this reason, it is said that eagles never lay their eggs during the season of when beetles flourish. But there is a moral here that is supposed to be happening too. What is this final moral lesson of
It's like a
Aesop?
Fast and the Furious thing, like don't mess with my family. Or my family will come for your family.
Or like I gotta pay off a debt. Because
A promise made is a debt unpaid.
Right. Because that's what he felt bad about. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't there to defend the hair, so I
Yeah.
gotta go and
Revenge.
The message that's supposed to come across in this
Mm-mm.
is no matter how powerful one's position may be, there is nothing that can protect the oppressor from the vengeance of the oppressed.
Okay.
Whoa.
And I think I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't like any of the storytelling elements, but
Once
the message
again-
is good.
Once again, we love
Yeah.
the message.
Yeah.
We not necessarily like the story.
I feel like, things could have been a little more cut and dry back. But, people weren't, I guess, as intellectual.
It was. I mean, it was a crueler time.
Yeah.
Right. It was a crueler time. Like people were dying of diseases in the street and just
Yeah.
right, it was like raw humanity.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that happened when Aesop's fables were translated is they were translated so late in life by a lot of Christians, and
Mhm.
they were like, wow, there's a lot of brutality in these tales, and so a lot of these have been softened even from what they originally were.
Oh, you don't want to know what that eagle did to that hair.
Yeah, it's like then the beetle slit the eagle's throat.
Right. While he was sleeping and made the children watch. There's nothing about
they
this.
hatched.
I waited until the eaglets were home. This is your mother. I will pluck the feathers from them one at a time.
Oh, yeah, it's French. Are you a man over the age of probably like 28 in Greek mythology times? You're middle-aged to geriatric pretty much. And you probably want to keep that gorgeous head of hair of yours. Well, we've got a solution for you, fucking Steve.
Yeah, it's right. It's me. I was fucking around with 2 women. One was younger and one was older. And I tell you what, the one didn't like the fact that I was younger. She was pulling out all of my black hairs. And the younger one didn't like the fact I was getting older and she was pulling out all my gray hairs. What's I supposed to do?
Well, yeah, I know exactly what you should do, fucking Steve. Stop dating those 2 women.
At the same time, you mean?
Yup, be done.
And that's right. I got a bottle of Be Done Hair Revitalizer.
It's just a bottle of shampoo. If you stop seeing these 2 women, your hair will grow back.
That's right, ladies.
Can you
and-
do that?
I learned the tale. All I got to do is just stop making bad choices and my hair will be all right.
Where are you going right now? You look like you have that older lady's address plugged into your GPS.
Oh, that old thing? No, I'm just going to the market to pick up a donkey.
Well,
Be done, hair energy revitalizer by fucking Steve.
or we could glue your pubes on your head.
Ah, that might work.
Well,
This is what I woke up for today. I was so excited. I was like, I know what I'm doing today at 4 o'clock, and I cannot wait.
You knew that I would say that sentence.
Yes.
to you specifically.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, life
what
doesn't
am
get any
I?
better.
well, Ken, it's always such a joy to hang out with you and do comedic stylings alongside you.
Man.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank y'all for having me.
You
Sarah
really
and
are
Paul,
a
you
little
guys are awesome.
ball of sweet, gooey, yummy.
Oh, thank you.
I really do expect to hear you around February, just like out of the corner of my
Right.
ear.
Right,
Here,
right. Out of the corner of your ear.
Hear you.
Not your whole ear, just the corner,
the
of, your
corner of my ear. Hear you. I'm an elf. Hear you mention to someone that Aesop was black.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to know that. From what I got from this podcast, Aesop is from Ethiopia. He's a brother.
Yeah.
And he probably was grilling. If there's anything about him grilling, he was black. Black brothers love to grill. And if you find anything about he was grilling, it is no more question. He was definitely melanated.
And he was probably this is how he probably continued this oral tradition. Was
Is
like,
that
at
that
the
why
grill.
he got flung off the cliff? He was just doing like illegal barbecue.
Right.
By
there
the
was
temple?
a barbecue Becky called. Oh my God, there's some Ethiopians barbecuing outside of Aphrodite's temple. And I don't know if they're supposed to be.
Oh Jesus!
I like barbecue Becky. That's a
Barbecue Becky.
I mean, she is the 10th muse for sure.
Oh God. I love how we brought this to contemporary times.
We always find a way.
Keep up the struggle, brothers. Aesop, I'm gonna get a shirt.
Hey, so where can our little cutie listeners find you on social media?
Oh my God, you can find me on Instagram at KenBrown79. You can find me on Facebook, Kenneth A. Brown. And then you know what? Our podcast, My Fave. You
Yeah.
can just type in My Fave, MyFave. PODCAST, My Fave Podcast.
It has an adorable illustration.
That is so cute too.
It does have an adorable illustration as the logo too.
That's right. It's an animated picture of Marcellus and myself.
Yeah, it's great.
Aw. Well,
like-
we will post it on
Okay.
our Instagram too.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's so awesome. Thank you guys.
Duh.
And as always, if you want to follow us on social media, you can find us at _mythunderstood on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at the Paul Bianchi and Sarah on Instagram at the Sarah Oliver.
Yeah.
Yes, and please rate and review us. It helps people find us, and also bizarrely, all of the bad ratings are now at the front right now,
Oh, good.
and no chronological order at all.
Ooh,
And I think it's a general thing.
organized by most relevant. I see.
So please come drop by on Apple or wherever, and particularly Apple, right? On iTunes.
Yeah,
And leave us a lovely review. We like it keeps our spirits going.
we are part of the independent Dragon Wagon Radio Network. Follow it's Dragon Wagon on all social media. Please also visit the shop because you can check out cool shirts like Hebby was again mentioned today. I was so thrilled to find a way to bring her back around so you can
Hercules' wife.
Yeah,
her-
and if you
Nice.
get a shirt or a mug, please tag us in it so we can repost you. You guys are all so adorable.
That's awesome.
And also be sure to show your support at dragonwagonradio.com/support to help this independent podcast network thrive and grow like the summertime of
Uh-oh.
Demeter.
Oh, yeah.
It came around.
There's
Anyway, and again, thank you so much for being here, Ken. And
Thank you for having me. It was a blast.
yeah, you really,
It was a blast.
I'm
I
gonna
love y'all
spoon
so
him for a
much.
while after
Oh.
Whoa, they can feel that one at home. He's got a gun.
this.
Right,
This
right.
time.
Right.
Night.
Night.
Bye.
Sarah, look alive.
Why?
There are two guests in our den of myths right now.
Name yourselves.
Chad, Mark,
And what do you do on this Dragon Wagon radio station?
The hell with this.
No, the hell with you. I asked you what podcast you do.
No. It's called The Hell with This.
Oh.
It's a movie podcast.
Oh.
Specifically movies that your best friend hasn't seen despite you telling him to watch it a million times. Between Chad and I, there's a lot of those.
Yeah, so we're basically saying, you know what, the hell with this. It's time to finally sit on the couch and watch those movies.
Sometimes it's a movie I love that Chad hasn't seen. Sometimes it's the other way around.
And sometimes even a guest will bring a movie along.
Where can I listen to this podcast of fancy?
You can find us on thehellwiththis.com or wherever podcasts are found.
It's Dragon Wagon.